Sometimes I think we forget how truly powerful a simple, I don't know, can be. It's just two little words, but they can change everything. But one day while I was chatting with an elder in my community, something amazing happened. He didn't know the answer to one of my questions, and instead of feeling disappointed, I realized there was so much more to learn. That's when I truly grasped the power of asking questions. Back when I was just a kid growing up in my Ethiopian village, I remember thinking that knowing every answer was really important. It can be scary to raise your hand and say, "I don't understand," or "Can you explain this again?" But you know what? Asking questions in school, at home, or in your community is a sign of strength, not weakness. Because when you ask questions, you're showing that you want to learn and improve. You're not afraid to admit what you don't know, and that takes courage. When I was young, my mom always used to say, "Ethiopian, you ask too many questions, but here's the secret truth. No one knows everything." Even the smartest people in the world still ask questions. Asking questions is like opening a door to a treasure chest filled with wisdom. When you ask questions, you're unlocking your potential for greatness. It's like discovering a hidden superpower that can help you achieve anything you want. Back in my village, we had this big celebration every year, but I never really understood why. Embrace your curiosity. Let your questions lead you to amazing discoveries. Ask away and watch as your wisdom grows. If you want to be wise and make your dreams come true, it all starts with asking the right questions. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel. So one day I decided to ask an elder in my community. Turns out the celebration was all about honoring the hard work of our farmers. After I learned that, I started asking farmers questions about their crops and the land. And you know what I found out? Each farmer had their own unique way of working. Some planted their seeds earlier, others later. Some used more water, others used less. Now, at first I thought they were just making things complicated. But as I dug deeper into their methods, I realized it wasn't about being complicated. It was about adapting to the land, understanding its needs and working with nature. This taught me something really important. Asking questions helps you see things from different perspectives. It's like opening your eyes to a whole new way of looking at the world. You see, I was always curious about everything around me. Like, why do we do things a certain way? Why do plants need water? Why does the sky change colors at sunset? My mom, she would smile and say, "One day your questions will lead you to great wisdom." And man, she was right. Like, do you know that if someone doesn't ask questions, they might miss out on some pretty cool stuff? Do you know that by asking questions, Ethiopians can become great problem solvers? One time in my village, there was a big disagreement and no one could figure out a way to solve it. People were getting upset and it seemed like nothing could help. But then I stepped in and asked everyone to share their thoughts. And guess what? One person had this idea that no one else considered, and it was the perfect solution to the problem. We all agreed, and after that, we became even closer friends. Asking questions can bring people closer together. But here's the thing, asking questions isn't easy, especially when you're a kid. Look, I get it. Sometimes it feels better to pretend that you know everything rather than asking for help. So, my young friends, never be afraid to ask questions.